Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the farm. So feeding Destiny and Felicity out here in the pasture, like I told you, I was just going to start feeding them out here because this is what they're used to. We're minus Posey. If you remember when the girls got here, I told you that Felicity and Destiny were both pregnant and Posey was open. The owner, before he went up to the northeastern United States, he did a culture on Posey and sent it off to the university. Well, it came back day before yesterday and came back that she had a uterine infection. So he called me late yesterday morning and asked me if I could coordinate with my vet, Dr. Zoe, who you guys have seen on plenty of videos, to see if I could coordinate with Dr. Zoe and get her over there to get her flushed. And so rather than being the coordinator, what I did is I just forwarded him Countryside Veterinary Services information and let him do all the coordinating, and then they can call me and figure out transportation, whether they wanted to come out here or whether they wanted me to bring her in or whatever. Well, late yesterday afternoon at about 3 o'clock, Dr. Zoe called and said that they wanted to have Posey brought into the clinic and leave her there so that they could flush her on a daily basis for several days and give her antibiotics and monitor her. So she's had this uterine infection. I've had her for almost 2 weeks. So she's had a uterine infection for going on 2 weeks. So it was minor in the culture, but I got to believe that it's, gotten a little bit more severe. She was showing no signs of any illness or anything. And if he hadn't called me and told me that she had a uterine infection, I probably would have never known. But anyway, this morning, I got her loaded up. I didn't show any of that because I was trying to get her over there as quick as I could. So I got her over there and got her turned in. So I have not been over there in probably a year. And since I've been over there last, the owners of Countryside Vet have built a state-of-the-art dedicated equine surgical facility with a 10-stall barn. Super, super nice facility. They gave me a quick tour of it. We didn't spend a lot of time, but I got enough of it to show you what it was and show you where Posey is. We still have the original barn here. They use that for overflow. You guys have been in there. Still got all the stalls for overflow and little runouts. They haven't built the runouts in the other facility yet, but they are building those. Still got the stocks up here in the scale. Got the breeding dummy with a little breeding pasture, and then they've got the turnout pasture here. And then there's the new barn down there. So this is coming in from outside. And you come right in, and she's got a full-blown lab in here for anything that you want.
Yeah, we can do fecals, we can do CBC chemistries, we have a centrifuge, microscopes, anything you name, we got in there.
Sweet. Then we come down and we've got employee lockers. And then we've got a laundry room on the right. We've got surgical prep on the right here.
As well as another centrifuge.
And then in here, once everybody's scrubbed and sterile, then you go into the OR. We got a full-blown OR in here, and they can do every surgery except for colic surgery. And then they have a padded recovery stall. And then they have a peep window so that they can just, without disturbing the horse, they can just peek through real quick. And then this is an exam room.
This is an exam and a treatment. We can do standing procedures in here in the stocks. So we can do like dental extractions, eye nucleations, floats, you name it.
So they can bring the horses in directly from the outside right there, and then they can close these doors off and do multiple examinations or procedures at the same time with this mirrored facility right here.
Correct.
And then they've got 2 stalls here.
These are ICU treatment stalls. We can hang fluids, we can do really just ICU.
ICU stalls. And then drains in the floor. And then they've got handicap access with the buttons out there on the poles. You can literally just back right up here and take your horse out right here.
Wave and they unlock. Oh look, it was unlocked. I lied.
This is the back of the new facility where we went in. This is surgical and recovery. And then over here is the new barns. And then you come in right here. And then you exit out the back. I've got a barn right over here for storage for feed and hay and tractor and all that. I've got a lunging area right there with footing. And then this big concrete area right here is to walk the horses back and forth to assess them and see how their walk is looking. And then those go directly into the exam facilities there. And then over here, we have a treatment facility that is identical to the treatment facility barn up on top of the hill. It's an air-conditioned, climate-controlled, and then it goes directly into the barn. And like I said, this is exactly what's upstairs. And then the stalls are over here. They've got 10 stalls for girls that are recovering, or horses in general that are recovering. It's got good footing in here. Fans on all the horses. And then here's Miss Posey. She just got fed and watered. And then there's a feed room right there. And then this is the front of the facility over here where all the staff works and the vets work and all that. And then up there is the original facility. That's still where the small animal clinic is. A neat thing is outside of their stalls, they've got a washout basin right here. You can hose the stalls out, hose them right into this trough, comes out underneath that center block, comes right into this trough, and then you can just hose it right down, right into the collection facility. But Destiny and Felicity are doing well. The girls are eating over in the barn right now. There's still a little bit of crabbing going on. They get along great when they're, 15, 20 feet apart. But my girls, their ears stay forward and stay erect, and they walk right up to these girls. And, these girls immediately pin their ears and put their head down and get into an aggressive posture. And my girls don't recognize it immediately. And this one especially, she just loves to turn around and kick them. Posey is the alpha. Destiny is trying to be the alpha. So now she's going to be the alpha in Posey's absence. But again, it's just crabbing and nobody's getting hurt or anything. But I wish that, after 2 weeks, you'd think that they would have settled down a little bit. But the crazy thing is Posey and Felicity, they crab. And I don't know if it's because they're both pregnant or what, but they both crab quite a bit. Posey's going to have to stay over there for several days. Zoe said up to 5 days. I don't know if that'll be the case or not. But she is doing all the coordinating with the owner up in the northeastern United States. And then I'm just waiting on a phone call to come back and pick her up and bring her back over here to the farm. So I will show you going back over there and picking her up. Like I said, I just wanted to get her over there. I didn't know how much pain she was in or if she was in pain or anything, and I didn't want to dilly-dally. So I got over here to the farm this morning. It's going to be 90 degrees today. So I did everything this morning when it was still in the 70s, got her loaded, got her over there, got her settled into the new facility. So it's already getting warm now. It's going to be, I think, 94 tomorrow and 97 on Saturday. So we got some really nice, warm, hot, humid days up ahead. Well, it's been 1 week today since Posey's been at the vet and just got her back. They're all smelling each other. They've got the electric fence in between them, so I'm not going to let them back in there yet. I'm just going to let them smell each other for just a little bit. But she obviously had a pretty bad uterine infection going on. They didn't think it was that bad initially, but then as the weeks went on, the days went on, the flushes were just getting dirtier and they just could not get a clean flush. So again, today is day 8, and they really wanted to keep her through the weekend, which would have been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then possibly pick up on Monday. But it was just getting astronomically expensive for the owner, and he just decided that financially it was better just to bring her home now. The vet said that she's almost clean. They gave her a shot of oxytocin to clean out anything that may still be in the uterus, and they're hoping that anything that is remaining in there will purge out with that oxytocin shot. They did a culture, and that culture will be back next week, so they'll make a determination then what they want to do. The vet down south owes him some favors, and she said that if she's still sick, then we're going to transport her down there to her, and that vet will resume services, but at a very reduced rate or no rate at all. And he has done several ultrasounds for her when her ultrasound was down. Look at them running back there. Yeah, I'll just let them settle down and take a few hours to get used to each other. But anyway, the vet down there said, I owe you some because you helped me do the ultrasounds down here when my machine was down. So if she still needs some flushes or some antibiotics or something, then we'll get her transported down here, and I'll take care of her down here on my dime. So anyway, I'm glad she's back. I know she's glad to be back. The girls are obviously glad for her to be back because they're running around. She just got some water, and she's probably going to go roll. But I think one of my girls is in heat because they're fighting and biting and jumping on each other's backs. But anyway, that was a long week for her, I'm sure, and it was a long week on the owner's pocketbook. But glad it got taken care of. So we'll see you next week, and remember who you are. Be kind to those around you. Stand up for what you believe in.